everybody, we are taking a look right now at the surface area of a cylinder. It's actually the only surface area that we're going to do in this unit. So we're taking a look at cylinders. Review of area. Okay, area is always 2D. We're looking at flat surfaces. Okay, surface area is the entire outside of something. Okay, or typically we use the outside. For pi, we're going to continue to use our same measurements. Okay, but here's the big deal on surface area of a cylinder. Is we're going to use what we've learned about circumference. Okay, so circumference is the linear distance around a circle. And we're going to realize that if I wrap the cylinder in something, that's an edge of its side. And then the height of the cylinder becomes the height of the wrapper. Okay, so the lateral area is the circumference, 2 pi r, or you could just use the diameter times pi, okay, times the height. So see where that formula comes from for the lateral area. Then, once we have the wrapper that goes around the cylinder, it also has bases. Okay, and the bases are just that. They're like the lid and the bottom. And they're entire circles. Okay, the bases are pi r squared. And because there's 2 of them, if it's a closed cylinder, we use pi r squared. Okay, there are 2 good ways, in my opinion, to do, and they're both listed in your textbook, to do surface area like this. And we're going to use a very common object in order to do it. So I have here a box of cleaning wipes, okay, or cylinder of cleaning wipes, something we use a lot. This cylinder, okay, and I want you to be drawing this in your notebook. Okay, by rough measurements, because I measured it myself, diameter is 5 inches. Therefore, the radius is 2.5 inches. The height is 8 inches. So there's your drawing and your measurements of a very simple object. There are 2 ways to do this. You could figure out that you have 2 circles that are matching, and you have a rectangle. Okay. The measurement on the rectangle is the height. Okay. Notice how that matches. And the circumference, which in this case would be pi times diameter. Okay. And we're just going to use 3.14 for right now. It's the most common. Okay, so that's going to be 15.7 inches. So you now have a rectangle that's 8 by 15.7. Okay? And you have bases that have a radius of 2.5 inches. Okay, and for our purposes, I'm going to go ahead and erase this one circle. Just remember we have two of these. Put a 2 right there. Okay, so we have our bases. And to find the area of the bases, area equals pi times radius squared. Area equals 3.14 times 2.5 squared. So the area for these circles is 19.625 square inches. Okay, and that's the area of the circle. The area of the rectangle, base times height. Okay, so it's 15.7 times 8. Area, 125.6 square inches. Okay, and we have the base, and we have the height. Okay, so now we have to take, just like when we were doing complex shapes in 6th grade, we just have to add up the pieces. So we have a circle plus a circle plus a rectangle. We have 19.625 plus 19.625 plus 125.6. Which equals 164.85 square inches. Okay. I would say this is the way most people find surface area of an object. But there is another way, and it involves this formula right here. Okay, if you can't remember the formula, you could always break it down into circles and rectangles. But the formula itself is 2 times pi times radius times height plus 2 times pi radius squared. So let's go back here and identify our numbers. Okay, for pi, we're going to use 3.14. Radius, 2.5. Okay, and height is still 8 inches. So now we're just going to evaluate this expression like we've done with so many others. 2 times 3.14 times 2.5 times 8 plus 2 times 3.14 times 2.5. Sorry, I ran out of room. That was poor planning on my part. There we go. 2.5 squared. Okay. Order of operations. I have to do anything with an exponent first because all of these parentheses are standalone. So 2, 3.14, 2.5, 8, plus 2, 3.14. Well, what's 2.5 squared? 2.5 times 2.5, 6.25. Now, here is where a calculator comes in really handy and why I'm not taking them away during this unit. 2 times 3.14 times 2.5 times 8 equals 125.6 plus 2 times 3.14 times 6.25. Yes, I can go faster in real life, but I want you guys doing this with me. 39.25. Okay. Notice 125.6 was up here. It's right there. It's just a different way of doing the same problem. Each base was 19.625. Together, oh. Now, order of operations, we can add. (164.85 square inches). So, write out the formula and completely evaluate it step by step by step. Do not try to hold this in your head. Or, if you think more spatially, draw it out, find the pieces, and simply add them together. All right, I cannot wait to see you guys in class.